All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. My name is Jackson. I'll post daily Raiders content, so be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button if you enjoy it. We have a tweet here from Matt Holder from silverandblackpride.com. And basically, what's going on right now is we have Josh McDaniels. You can see the article right there, changing approach to evaluating quarterbacks. We've heard him say in regards to Derek Carr this past season that he doesn't want a mobile quarterback. He doesn't want his quarterback to be able to run. Now, here's a quote. It's about their ability to see through the rush into the defense and read the coverage properly. I'm not sure anybody's done it better than Bryce Young in college football. And it really got me thinking because after watching his pressers and watching Josh McDaniels talk, I'm not quite sold that because there's a lot of negative Raider fans going out here right now saying Derek Carr was set up. And I understand Josh McDaniels is not everybody's favorite coach right now, and I understand that Raiders fans have 100% like they're totally deserving to be very skeptical, very hesitant of what they're told and what the final product is going to be. This team in the last 20 years at least, it has just not necessarily been ideal. I got a comment here saying basically yeah, can he was against having his quarterback to run with the football. I don't what I gathered from McDaniels, and this isn't even really the point of the video. What I gathered from McDaniels talking about mobile quarterbacks is that college football is changing and that they're not going to count out anybody because of their size or because of their weight. That's what I got from that, not that Derek Carr was being set up for failure. It's crazy how often Derek Carr's name is still being floated around, but that's also, that's a different story. Now, what Josh McDaniels did allude to, or just straight up say, should rather, is pretty much what he said, was he wants his quarterback to learn the offensive system. And that's what he used to say, sorry. And now he wants, this quote is so confusing. He also wanted his quarterback to learn his offensive system, but now he's talking about making his system work for his quarterback. That's one thing that is a little bit confusing. Now, I'm not looking too much into what Josh McDaniels is saying. I'm not taking it all at face value because at the end of the day, he is the head coach and we're right around the draft. Like the draft is very soon and free agency is very soon and the offseason is well underway, even if the official start to the season doesn't begin until mid-March. I think Josh McDaniels is throwing smoke screens up right now, and I think they're very deliberate. I think it's very deliberate. You have the seventh pick in the draft. You have currently no quarterback. You got no quarterback. Derek Carr released, Jarrett Stidham free agent. We don't have a quarterback. So every team right now, if you are, let's say, for example, let's say you have the ninth pick, you're Carolina, and you have your guy. Maybe you want to go Anthony Richardson. Maybe you want to go Will Levis. There's a lot of time between now and the draft. So, the list of it going quarterbacks being drafted as far as Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, that is suitable to change. But if I'm the ninth team and the team that has the seventh pick in the draft is talking about, and I have my guy, I'm Carolina, and I have my guy. I know I'm going with Anthony Richardson. I know I'm going with Will Levis. I know I'm going with CJ Stroud, whatever it is. And I hear the Raiders coach come out here and talk about, yeah, mobility is cool. I'm fine with a mobile quarterback. Well, that puts a lot of pressure on the Carolina Panthers because it's like, oh, we have our franchise guy, and it kind of seems like the Raiders might also have our franchise guy. What I'm hoping here is pretty much, and I've talked about this before in the offseason, I'm hoping for one big fat ass game of chess where the Raiders have a plan. And once again, I know there's a lot of skepticism within the Raiders fan base right now. Raider Nation, you got to trust. You got to trust the process. All right. And I get the skepticism. I get the hesitation. I know last season was a complete and utter disaster. There's no way that the GM and the head coach right now have no idea what to do next. I refuse to believe that. I really do refuse to believe that. There are so many different routes they could take. And regardless, right now at the scouting combine, This is as free agency is about to kick off, like what, in a week? It's I don't know. I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. So I'm just saying, um, hang in there. Definitely hang in there because I think it's all going to work out. I know the quarterback position is first and foremost. It's the most important thing. You know, Aaron Rodgers trade not looking likely, but at the same time we have Devontae Adams. Does Devontae Adams want to play with a rookie quarterback? Does he even want to play with Jarrett Stidham? These are all questions that the answer leans probably not. However, I guess that's not really his. It's not really his concern right now. It's more of a Raider problem rather than a Devontae Adams problem. It's fixable. All right. I liked Stidham. I like all four quarterbacks. Like I'd be fine with Bryce Young. I'd be fine with Will Levis. I'd be fine with CJ Stroud. I'd be fine with Anthony Richardson. There are quarterbacks within those four that I like more than the others. But I don't know if the Raiders, I don't think the Raiders are going to go with a QB at pick number 7. I really don't. But there's like 5 or 6 teams across the league that desperately are looking for their franchise guy. Next year's quarterback class is loaded at the top. So if all things don't work out for the Raiders this year, next year might be the year to get your franchise QB. It's a big decision. It's a big decision. Stidham torched San Francisco. But is this a 1-year plan? Is this a 2-year plan? Is the Raiders defense really that close to being that might be the issue right now with the Raiders is they're looking at their team and they're going, I don't know if our defense is quite there yet. I don't know if our offense is quite there yet where even if we had a star-studded QB, a guy like Aaron Rodgers, would we be fine? Would we be able to make a Super Bowl run? If the answer is no, well, retool this year. Not necessarily a full-scale rebuild. I'm not a big fan of the word rebuild. Quick retool. There's just a lot of possible outcomes. The point of this video is there's a lot of possible outcomes, and I think they have a trick up their sleeve. I think they have something in their back pocket, and there's one of two things that are going to happen. I'm either right, and they do, or they don't, and they completely and utterly fail. Flat on their face. Well, as much as the owner would, as much as Mr. Davis would love to say, yeah, McDaniels would be here for several more years. If the Raiders win like 3 games next year, I don't know. That's not those are back-to-back miserable seasons. So there's a lot of talent on this Raiders team. I don't think that we're going anywhere quite yet. So that's it for today. Let me know what you guys thought. And drop some comments down below. Obviously, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'll catch you guys.